I'm saying in any case it was planned, that Brigadier General Dado Bar Khalifa, who was the commander of the 36th Division during the IDF maneuver and was of the generation of heroes, I decided to realize the intention and appoint him as the head of the Central Command, because I want it in the North too. Yes, I also want in the Central Command an IDF that strives for victory. An IDF that strikes enemies and protects them and protects the settlers. And I say once again here on this program, no one will force the government to change its policy. This is the policy. The IDF backs it up with security positions because the security zones are the response to what happened on October 7th, after the blows that landed and the degradation of capabilities. The IDF must be on the other side and separate between jihadist elements and the communities in our borders. And that is what we did in Gaza, with a security zone that is over 50%, 60% of Gaza's territory, and everything is destroyed. By the way, in this territory this is our policy. No houses, no threats. And the same thing in southern Lebanon. We took 700 square kilometers, twice the area of Gaza, from the coastal area in the west to the Beaufort and the foothills of the Hermon in the east, and we are removing the threat to the residents of the north. We destroyed 24 Lebanese villages, we destroyed all the houses because they served as Hezbollah outposts, and once and for all, we decided to stop the phenomenon of entering and leaving. They return to the fences, they are not returning. Do you know why? Because they have nowhere to return to. Please make sense of this agreement. We are in favor of this agreement. What does this agreement mean? We are in an agreement where we emphasize that we are not withdrawing, and the main condition is we will never withdraw from Gaza. But also, accordingly, from the deployment point, Hamas must be disarmed, and also all the tunnels must be destroyed. Demilitarization is its meaning, and we succeeded in that. Yes. I see here now the Prime Minister's spokesperson to Reuters. Israel expressed concern to the United States regarding the Hamas disarmament plan. So I say our position is clear. We are not moving as long as Hamas is not disarmed, and as long as the tunnels on the red side are not destroyed. What will happen if the Palestinian Authority turns its guns? What will happen with the Tanzim? Will they turn their guns? So I'm telling you what he says. A preemptive strike? If you want, we can just attack the Palestinian Authority or dismantle it or deal with its police officers. More than that, I told the IDF, there will be no more intifada because if they do that, it is war. We will deal with them like in Gaza and Lebanon. Any city from which they rise up and raise a hand against the IDF and against the settlers is in fact starting a war. We are waiting for it. We are prepared for this. And they will evacuate from there, and the city will be dealt with in the harshest manner, and we will not allow a 5-year intifada where IDF soldiers are disrespected. Look, there are tens of thousands of weapons in the hands of the Palestinian Authority. They could one day open fire here, now it's not a question, it will happen. Wherever they have weapons, they will be turned against us. It's not a question. Israel's policy is to maintain the current situation, this arena, and keep it as stable as possible, while conducting the aggressive activity I described and reducing terrorism. If there is a turning of weapons, won't we deal with them? And just like they dealt with the Intifada, all the generals who sit in the opposition today and are set in their ways, both regarding the positioning on the borders and regarding Judea and Samaria, they don't understand what I am saying right now, because they no longer understand the security that the Prime Minister and I instruct the IDF on. The directive is to prepare for war, and if the authority starts a war, we will respond. Just as there is tension between you and the regional commander, we will evacuate settlements and deal with it together. I'm saying, in any case it was planned, that Brigadier General Dado Bar Khalifa, who was the commander of the 36th Division during the IDF maneuver and was of the generation of heroes, I decided to realize the intention and appoint him as the head of the Central Command, because I want it in the north too. Dado Bar Khalifa? Yes, I want to as well. By the way, the Chief of Staff recommended him. I want it in the north, in the south, and in the center as well. Do you trust him? What's your policy? Yes, I also want in the Central Command an IDF that strives for victory. An IDF that strikes enemies and protects them and protects the settlers. And I say once again here on this program, no one will force the government to change its policy. The Prime Minister brought it to the cabinet. By the way, they voted on it unanimously, including Ben-Gvir and Smotrich and everyone.